Girl. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Girl, we here to clock in and talk about this dang on Potomac half-ass reunion.
Well, let's get to it, right? Okay, half-ass is right.
And Married to Medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So, girl, they could have kept this one and sent it in the email, honey.
That's what I said. Listen, I realized I said, we need to normalize if they don't need 3 episodes, you don't have to give them 3 episodes because this episode for Potomac was for the reunion was just really a buzz kill. I was like, you really could have wrapped a lot of this up in one of the other 2 episodes, and we could have kept going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought so too. It just was not. It was not doing what it should have did.
Well,
And then the drama that they were trying to cause on the stage was just like stupid to me.
it really was. It really was. I was like, this is the first time I really agree with Andy. Like, okay, let's move on
Yeah, on to the next.
what are we talking about here? And no, I'm not going to sit here and listen to y'all go back and forth to figure out who's right or who's not.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, girl, it took me a while to try to watch it. I ain't even gonna lie. I went back and then I said, fuck it. I just kind of looked at the clips.
It was painful. It was painful.
Yeah,
So I think I'm giving that like about a 4.
Yeah,
As far as
I would say the same thing, about a 4.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't hold my interest, so I would say less than that. To be honest, I'm willing to say a 3. A 2. Hell, what he said, boo, tomato, tomato, boo.
All the tomatoes.
I did, yeah, all of the tomatoes, honey, because it didn't do anything for me.
No, I think the thing between Jazzy and Kay was like, I felt did we know that they had an issue? Because I felt a little bit like, where did this come from?
Yes, I don't know. It was uncalled for, and I just thought that, especially when she's talking about Jazzy took that lady's husband. Not Jazzy, what's her name? Kiana. And I'm just still trying to figure out what is it with Greg? What the women like? I mean, I don't get it. Because I feel like Kiana is a very beautiful girl. And for her to be sitting there with a damn picture frame waiting on this man to wife her up, it makes no sense to me.
Maybe she don't believe fat meat greasy.
I get that's girl. That's my mom. You don't think fat meat greasy? Yeah, she said it before she get to whipping your ass. But yeah, I'm just like, I can't get with it. And what did you think about the whole thing with Wendy and Ashley? Let's start there.
I'm over Ashley, just in general.
6, 7.
Yeah, I told y'all already. I think that Ashley acts black, and I don't like it. Like when somebody say what acting black look like, it's like her.
Lord have mercy. How do you say that?
Because I don't think that some of the ways that she show up like that. Like, I don't know that that's a part of her every day.
I feel like she probably act like her mama now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know why she got the smoke for, Wendy. I mean, maybe it was inevitable. Maybe, where Ashley is concerned, like she tried to explain. Maybe she just feel like it's all fair, like everybody can get it. And maybe
Yeah.
that's the truth, when it boils down to it. Um, when you're on the show like that. So she's just doing what she here to do when it boiled down to it.
Uh-huh. So hey, drop down in the comments and let us know what you think or how you feel about the second episode of the reunion. Let us know if you
Mhm.
rank where you rank it between 1 and 10. 1 terrible, 10 the best. I
Mhm.
just thought wrap it up. Wrap it up. So what
Right.
else did we get? The whole thing about Monique and Stacy and Chris.
I'm still trying to understand the significance.
Yes, and why they had to like bleep out the whole thing. Who was I seen somewhere where they said she was actually talking on the phone to the kid or something?
Well, mm, I
Is a
wonder
lot of
if I wonder if it has something to do with like permissions or something. Like whoever was on whoever it is, um, doesn't have a release. But
yeah, true. Mm-hmm.
I don't. I think the only significance that I find, like I listened to Monday Night Live, and I would agree with them, is the fact that her and Chris, Monique and Chris, are going through the divorce, and whatever is going on here is, trickling over, causing her issues, like finalizing the divorce.
Yeah.
Now I hate that that's happening, but I'm still trying to like I'm just having a hard time trying to understand like Stacy's part in this, and why is it so important about whether or not she dated versus knows Chris. Because I think that's the deal with Stacy. It's like when she gives us an explanation, liar or not, it at least is reasonable enough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's reasonable enough to assume that, yeah, she was at a table with other people and that's just a picture of them too. You know what I mean? At the corner or whatever. Um, so I don't know. I don't know I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't to me the whole season was not good.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if I had to rate it the season as a whole so far, I'm going to say about a 5.
Okay.
I just didn't find it, too entertaining. We got some funny parts, but it
Mm-hmm.
just, I don't know. Maybe I just feel this way because Potomac really never did it for me.
Right, right.
So I don't know. Maybe it would have been a better mix if Karen was there, or maybe even Candace, who I could not stand
Mm.
with a passion. I mean, not that I disliked Candace. I just thought that, I guess, maybe her reactive reads I thought was really, 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 really harsh. So, but I can't tell you how to read, but somebody come for you. So
She was
there they
like
goes.
Cardi B talking about I take it to hell where the lava is at. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yes, she surely does. But she be telling the truth. That's why I did like Candace. I did like Candace. I think I agree with you. I think I would give it about a 5 as the season as a whole. I think they just kind of coasted their way through.
yeah.
I don't think there was anything that was too exciting. Going back to Monday Night Live, I think they mentioned going back to Monique coming in, kind of saying like wishing that there was more story from Monique.
Yeah. Also,
And like they kind of hyped up her coming back. And it kind of fell flat. And I kind of would agree with that, um, because again, this deal with the Stacey thing is just falling flat for me. So
yeah,
I don't know. Did they think that was gonna be it? Um, what else?
it's the I don't know the Colorado trip that went nowhere. Oh, we didn't talk
Yeah,
about. Hey,
exactly. Too
let's talk
many
about your son.
episodes for a trip that was like watching paint dry. It's like, why? Why? Mm-mm.
And that, you know what? Brandy's son went to Kimosabe.
Well, yes, he
Talk about
did.
it.
We should upload the picture. Yes, he did. That's so funny because when he told me he was going to Aspen, and I said, "Oh, I'm like, you have to go by the store, Kimusabe." I let him know that we were watching Housewives, and that the Housewives had just went, and so he did get a chance to go by the store. He said he didn't go in. He said it was
Okay.
very crowded. But and he said, I don't know why they all want to go there to get their hats and stuff. So I told him, like, oh well, I think it's because they custom do it while you're there. It's supposed to be this big thing, whatever. But I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes.
My son out there hanging out with the folks. So Angela, check that, or Angel, check that.
Like that. Uh-huh. Yes. He out there doing big things, honey. He up with
Yeah.
the crust, upper crust of society, honey.
Okay, exactly. Now, just in all fairness, you be careful how you talk about people, because I found myself displaced as well while I was in between my move.
Girl.
So, Angel, I understand. No, let me stop.
Oh my goodness. Do you understand?
I understand, but we are all moved in now. I'm still getting settled, but it's coming along.
That's great.
Mhm.
So, well, what else? How they end off on this one?
On this
Um,
reunion, girl, shoot,
I
I
think it was
don't
with
even
Monique,
know,
right?
because I was so mad that I was in there watching it.
I'm trying to think what other highlight was there.
What? Right? Hmm.
Angel said she wished she would have showed her bubbly self. I don't think she's
Oh
bubbly at
yeah,
all.
I forgot about that. Like, who? There's somebody there that's bubbly.
And also, Giselle and Ashley both dated congressmen.
That's right.
Who
That's right.
knew?
Well, here's the problem with Giselle. This is the only thing that makes me like, if I would say I don't dislike Giselle, it's the fact that you could have this entire show and then have a life that nobody knows about on the show. Um, I don't know if that's reality TV 101, like if that's a part of but I don't think it is. It's amazing that she's been able to last this long. I mean, just with the, stirring the pot mix. Well, again, she do run the girls over there, so let me take it back. But anyhow, yeah, so they both dating congressmen, or had dated congressmen.
Yeah.
Giselle almost cried.
Yeah. Oh yes, we found out that her dad's all his stuff went to his
Yeah.
wife. As it should. I
Yeah,
don't get
and
it.
that's what reason why I just said, I wish that in times like that, people just did right. Like, it makes sense to me why Giselle, excuse me, why Giselle would want to fight, at least for something. I don't know if she wanted it all, but something. And like you said, that's the way it's set up legally. He's married. The stuff goes to the wife. If that's not the way he had it actually written out, And so that's why I say it just would be nice if people just did right by people, just in general. Because I don't know if it what it would it cost that lady, to, I guess, try to give Giselle what she would be looking for to make her whole and to make it go away.
And I think I've heard that Giselle's stepmother is actually a white lady. Do you think she's doing it
Wow.
because she's white?
Oh well, I mean, I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know. That's funny. That gets a little tricky.
Him being the civil rights,
Right, yeah, that's what. So that's good. And speaking of, this is funny. So allegedly, I come across a lot of interesting characters, and of course, we all have interesting conversations. And a lot of times, it's funny to me. Sometimes I think I get information because a person is trying to, be the first to say something, or I don't know, like maybe shock a person with their knowledge. But it sounds like there is a group of people, because I can't say what's true or not true because I wasn't there, but apparently they assumed that Martin Luther King Jr. honey wanted to date white women, and that it's supposed to be in some documentary, child.
Well, if he wanted to, he was married to a black woman, so
Well,
I
that's what we
understand.
know. That, like I said, it's not. I'm not saying that to like as to say that there's any truth to it at all. Because like I feel like it's a shock thing.
Yeah,
Because yeah, if he did or didn't, like, what does it change? I was just talking
yes,
to my son about some things like that. Like sometimes you have to just look at stuff and say, like, is the information even important? Like
yeah,
it doesn't even change anything.
yeah.
Um,
A lot of them dated white women or slept with, laid up with them or whatever.
mhm.
It is what it is. Shoot, I feel like shoot, Giselle mama looked damn near white.
Well, I always go back to that conversation they had season one with Katie. And it was so funny to me because Katie very rarely makes sense about anything.
Uh-huh.
But she did make sense to them about one thing because they were getting on her about basically identifying as white.
Her children. No, it was her
Her
children.
children. Okay.
Yeah.
And so they get into, this discussion about race. And so Giselle and Robin are both, proclaiming that they're black. And they are,
Mm-hmm.
no question about it. However, Katie pointed out, like, well, you do know you have something else with you too, like you're not fully black. And so they like, no, my parents are full blown black. And it's like she just looked at him like, no, you don't come out to look like what you do and have two, black parents. So I thought, which I thought was really clever because, yeah, and end of discussion. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing else to say after that. Now, she may not have the knowledge you have. She may not be a part of the Black sorority. She may not have went to a HBCU. You know what I mean? Like, she may not have done all that, but she told you the truth about that. So, with that being said, you're right. I don't know what because Giselle says she's black, but I'm not sure what type of nationality her mom might be because she
It's
does.
probably I would imagine that maybe, in some of those areas they marry the like kind, like they
Mhm,
marry the same yellow.
mhm, mhm,
So
mhm,
maybe she don't have a white grandparent. And maybe the white grandparent may be, great great grandparent or something. But some of those places they only married light,
mhm.
so
I think they talk when you get into her eyes too, though. So like, but well, the point would be that it's something in your line. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's
Like
well,
either way.
yeah, I don't think no too many people is 100% African
That's
anyways.
and that's the bottom line.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That's kind of the bottom line.
Yeah, because
Um,
complexion may fool you, Like my
Mm-hmm.
friend, her nephew is, well, her mother is white,
Mm-hmm.
so the boy is darker than me, but his grandma
Mm-hmm.
is white. Point
Mm-hmm.
blank. He just took all the pigment from his dad, but
Mm-hmm.
his grandma, because that's his mother's mom,
Mm-hmm.
and his mom goes, because when he came out, he looked like a little Indian. And
Mm-hmm.
then he went
Mm-hmm.
on to looking like one of them chocolate Indians. And then he
Mm-hmm.
just went on to went on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But, it just how things kind of turn out,
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
because,
Which is the beauty of the melanin in the sense like it comes, in all facets and everything. But I thought, like I say, I do kind of like that Katie kind of, stuck into it that way. Um, and like going back to her with this fight about the like civil rights type of memorabilia and
and I think
things.
that's probably the reason why she wanted, because that
Hmm.
lady.
Like you said, that's an interesting take, And yeah, I could understand on both accounts, whether it's just for the grandchildren, or just to make sure you're keeping a part of, his legacy.
In the family, yes.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I'm trying to think what else we had to talk about in there, because it was hard to watch for me.
It definitely was. Definitely was.
I
Yeah,
could.
and and to your point, the season didn't need three episodes. Jazzy come out there like cartwheeling, doing the most, honey. She went to the
Girl,
school of Contessa.
and that hair
Um,
looked a mess.
Everything about her looked a mess.
Oh, I'm like, oh my gosh, he looked a mess.
Mm-hmm.
I said maybe the pictures she had on her own Instagram, they
Mm-hmm.
look nice, but girl, I'm looking at their hair. I hate, why do they have to get the whole? It was kind of slick back, but this was a whole unit here. It just
Mm-hmm.
was. I said, she bald headed or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Look, that's the thing I asked my doctor today when she talked about changing my blood pressure medicine. I said, it's gonna make me lose my hair.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because I said, never mind everything else. It's gonna make, she's like, yeah, you
Right.
could be, she said, yeah, you'd be dead in the coffin with a whole bunch of hair.
Right. Exactly.
I said, you know how we do everything about being vain. Look, oh, what? I
Mm-hmm.
said, no, get me on something. I ain't got to lose my hair now.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I was just wondering, like that whole thing she had on, it just looked a mess. It wasn't curled. It just looked, she looked better on some of the episodes than how she looked at the
Mm-hmm.
reunion.
Mm-hmm. And I just, I don't. So for me, the verdict with Kay, I'm not feeling Kay.
No, Kay either. I thought she looked nice, but Kay, she didn't really have nothing to talk about. She didn't have no story, and I
She
didn't
had
understand
to
why she brought
go
the picture
from, I
frame.
don't know, she like you went in the back and made your own self angry or something, because I'm not even sure, like how she did Jazzy with, like, I didn't recognize you, like you didn't look the same. And so I'm like, what are you trying to, insinuate?
She trying to insinuate Jazzy ain't that cute. That's what. That's the way I
I
took it.
mean, yeah, clearly, but where is this coming from? You know what I mean? Like, why? So I'm just, and here's the other thing, like, mm, you ain't been here long enough to really have that type of smoke, um, and you're not clever enough with it, so it
So
just
how
looks
do
mean.
so how do we feel about when Ashley said that the women on this show is more sensitive?
Well, that's what I mean. I think Ashley has a attitude of everybody could get it, like everybody's free game. And so I think Ashley just is pulling one out her ass, to have something to say, because I don't think that they are being sensitive. I think you just say stuff that you don't want to own up to. You know what I mean? Kind of like Mike Epps coming back and making that apology.
because he shouldn't have.
Yeah, it was like it was said and done. We all agree, and apology not necessary. Like,
Mhm.
but somebody must have called them, honey. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I said it. You know, I'm a comic, a comedian, and it was a joke. It was that
mm-hmm,
is all it was. So yeah, it's not like he's sitting up there reading verbatim something he saw or something. But
mm-hmm,
we're here to laugh. They're to make fun of people, do all those things. You know, I think in that kind of thing, I feel like they're taking some of the entertainment because
yeah,
everybody's so dang on, oh, they so soft. You gotta handle them with kid gloves and stuff,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, that's what we hear this, that's why you wouldn't sit too close up front if you went together, because you
mm-hmm,
might get cracked on.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
yeah, I think Ashley's I don't know, the whole thing she tried to backpedal on the whether or not she laid up with Sharice's son or whatever. Then she said that he came on to her first, but she's supposed to have been drunk, right? So she kind of remembered this whole thing. I don't know. And I
yeah.
guess
I mean,
instead,
Ashley is just, and she always has been. So it's kind of like some of it is not her fault because she's a one trick pony in Funky Dineva's words, like, and she's been doing this since the beginning. I think Michael had given her story because he was outrageous and doing outrageous things, and it gave her something to have to be able to clap back, you know what I mean? Like whenever, it was time to have a verbal spar. But I do think that there is a shift. um Ashley is probably tone deaf because she is perpetuating black culture. She's not really in it, in my opinion. um Now, and I understand she is black. I'm not saying she's anything other. What I'm saying is, see her. I don't see her the way she outputs what she's given us this season, and even some of last season. But back to what I'm saying, like I think it's probably our fault for like just letting it slide, letting it ride. But now that Michael's gone, she don't want to acknowledge that that part of her life ever really existed, and now she is trying to recreate herself as something else, Ashley 2.0, or whoever the hell her alter ego is. I can't remember that name. Um and so and we left with what we got.
so also Ashley, someone wanted to know, was it true that she got $20 million? And she said she would never tell anyone how much she got. I'm like, she ain't getting no $20 million. Now
Well,
she out
she
there.
ain't got to. Mm-hmm.
Now that she out there got to cut her own grass, and we seen how that grass looked.
Now she out there got to cut on grass.
Honey, you can't tell me that. And
Mm-hmm.
so no, I don't believe she might have got a little bit of money, but I don't believe it was no damn 20 million.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have my ass up on Potomac.
Okay.
Just being honest.
I feel you, but she might like being messy, honey.
Yeah, I'd have found somewhere, And when she had mentioned that about her dating a congressman and the shade that Stacey threw at us,
What she say?
she told her a Congress basically dating you. And she said, yes, I'm an upright citizen. And she
Mm-hmm.
goes, upright, and you mess with your friend's son?
Right. She did. She did.
Girl.
Which
I
is
said, what they
right.
got to do with anything, honey?
Now what do we, the one thing I will say about Sharice, because Sharice did go on Carlos King, she did have um a whole lot to say on Carlos King, which all I took from it was you still want to be on that show bad, and this
Yeah,
was your opportunity, like to kind of stir up something.
yeah,
I don't think it worked for her in the way that she wanted to. However, um, Ashley kind of saying like, "Oh well, she was always kind of saying like, you should date my son, or woo woo woo.
Yeah.
Does like did that? Do you think that there's a possibility that is a true statement? And then does that change your opinion about this makeout session?
As a mother, I could not imagine me telling a friend of mine that they should date my son, and you got, okay, first of all, my kid is 10 years younger than you. You was married to this whole white man. I don't know what all y'all used to do. And you got 2 kids, and my son don't have any. I don't even think that would, and I wouldn't even play that way. But I wouldn't even feel like she was a good catch for my son. So no. I just, so whether, if she said it, I just can't imagine that she had said it, and I can't imagine she said it. I don't know. I know I wouldn't have never said that or suggest.
Yeah, Giselle backed her up. She said, she kind of.
Giselle said she like lies and foolishness too, though.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're right. She did say that.
And Giselle got the ass with Sharice a little bit because of what she said, what Sharice said on Carlos King. So,
well, that's true. That's true. I thought about that. I said I don't know why, because I feel like we saw Sharice kind of flip the script. You know what I mean? Like, because she said she was in shock when it was filming, but I feel like I'm not gonna say she didn't feel how she felt, but I feel like the reason why you didn't display it is because you're too busy trying to get back on the show. Like you did, you know what I'm saying? You was trying to be, hold the peace. You know what I mean?
But also, when she said Ashley, whatever his name, Jackson's here. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe. So I don't know. That's
but I would like the way Nell, what is that? Am I saying it right? Miss Nell.
Okay, yeah.
Deal with Destiny and Lance.
Girl.
Because really, that's the same thing.
Except for Destiny didn't know Lance is a kid, supposedly. I don't know.
Well, true.
You know. Whatever. I don't know, but I definitely, me being the kind of mom I am, never in my life would I suggest a woman with 2 kids, freshly divorced, my son talk to her. No, I just wouldn't.
No, honey.
Hell no. Now my son ain't got no kids. Now if he had kids and been married before a year, but girl, I have a whole damn attitude. What the fuck? I know me. No. You gonna find one of you little white boys you like. So also there was a big discussion about Ashley still dating, what's his name, Josh? And they made a big deal out of it because you embarrassed him on camera. I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I was checked out.
Girl, I remember more than I thought I was going to remember. Well, that's it. Look, that's it. The conclusion would be next week when they would have Karen on there, and then we'll be done with them and on to the next. So
on to the next one. We did get Atlanta's trailer today.
Yes, we did.
Get a chance to watch it.
Hold on. Yeah, I was going to do that. Just give me 1 second. I didn't know if we was gonna do it after Married to Medicine, but hold on. And I was gonna share a screen so we could talk about it. And I thought it was a lot of stuff going on, which I didn't expect a little bit, but they got to keep the drama going. So let's see here.
Once upon a time in Atlanta, there lived a group of beautiful dolls. who really tried to be good. Like, really tried.
I trust no lawyer that don't practice the law.
I don't trust no lawyer that eat dead people.
I eat dead people, but spilling tea is their favorite game.
She said that she was sleeping with a married man.
Oh, she want to spread her own tea? And when the tea is poured, that's when the dolls come alive.
I should have bought your foreclosed house.
Okay, Mr. Clean, don't do it, Papa Smurf.
This season on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
We the richest bitch you ever seen in your goddamn life.
Tell me how expensive I am right now.
180,000.
Atlanta is Black Hollywood. Andretta 2000.
Good God Almighty, it's eating me.
I didn't expect God to send a 6'5" tall man with big arms and tattoos.
This is my friend Sway.
I love these hands.
It's giving Atlanta.
But you know, sometimes we play in the field too much and then we look up and we're like, what happened?
Please welcome Miss K. Michelle.
My husband, Dr. Sims.
Nice to meet you.
I'm on the biggest country music label. And I don't think people understand that pressure being the only Black woman.
We got some sluts walking in the building.
I'm one of the most powerful entrepreneurs in America.
Miss Pinky Cole.
I built this $100 million brand. Behind every great man, there's an even better woman.
Dallas, here we come. Girl trip. This is beautiful.
I'm playing Convo room in the night.
Hopefully I can find me a cowboy in Texas.
You gotta talk to him about that career.
I want to own my own things at this point in my life.
I took my last $50,000 and bet on myself.
Truly the hardest year of my life. Are you serious? You ever slept with a married man?
No, I have not.
You absolutely did. The people want Black.
That's my friend.
What up, baby? Good to see you.
He's in my DM. Black.
No.
Then why would she be lying on you?
Well, she doesn't like me.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Don't you ever address me that way.
Of course, you're every Nigerian in Atlanta.
You better get that goddamn drink on my face. Take your goddamn lick and sit the down.
We're going to be very well behaved.
Okay, so what did you think?
I think I'm looking forward to the season. I really am. I think that I've heard of Slutty Vegan. I remember my brother went there. He said he went to the one in New York. He didn't thought it was that great, but you know. But I think the girl's trying to work. I really do think so. I don't know where they get that Phaedra eat the dead people though.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either.
And Portia and Sway, I can't help it. It just feels like a whole rollout for a storyline. It just, that's the way it feels to me. It doesn't, I mean, when they start dating, and I guess we'll find out, but it just seems like, okay, bam, here we go. I am curious to know like how long they really were dating or are dating, and if it's gonna last past the season.
That would be the question. Yeah,
and how that really looked, I don't know, because I'm like, what kind of money Sway got? I know she a barber. I was just kind of wondering what kind of, I thought she. I thought Dennis didn't make enough money for her.
I think she owned like some salon suites.
So, I mean, well, I just wondered, that's one, it just seemed like everything they did, it just seems like it was just ready for TV. It's the way I feel. It just don't, I might be wrong. It just didn't feel that authentic to me. So we'll see how they present on TV or whatever. But it seems like we should have been, when she was doing her little mukbangs and all that, talking around the house and everything. Seems like she would have been over there on her YouTube before all this. At least a friend over there or something.
That's true.
And then I'm wondering why in the world, because we had shots fired when Drew went to Kelly's shop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Drew versus Kelly a little bit, and it seems like Drew versus K Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
And Angela's still crying.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, she threw some zingers. She called her Mr. Clean and Papa Smurf. So she got the zingers. But it seems like it should be a good season. But what do you think Phaedra's bringing to the show?
Probably just her little one-liners. I mean, she's better suited there than she was on Married to Medicine. So, that's just kind of it. I'm looking forward to seeing this dynamic with K Michelle and Pinky Cole joining the cast. It looks like the girls are ready to work. And I'm excited to see how this season gonna go. Yeah.
And it also seems like K Michelle could have been on Married to Medicine. She got a whole husband that's a doctor.
Yeah, she could have. Mm-hmm.
So I look forward.
She probably ain't polished up enough for them, honey. So Atlanta it is. Atlanta Housewives it is.
Girl, what you mean polished? They already say Dr. Heffley ain't polished at all.
Oh, I think K Michelle probably is worse.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or at least had been. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So I never watched Love and Hip Hop. So okay. With that being said, I was watching the Patreon today with Carlos King and what's the other guy? Hello. What is the guy named Dustin? So they were reviewing Married to Medicine.
Okay.
Guess what? I was going to have, if I had to do all that running around, I would have had a little clip set up. But someone had reached out to Carlos and wanted to get hooked up with Angel from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
And so
Angel, you mean
Angel
Married to Medicine?
Yeah, Married to Medicine. That's what I mean.
Okay.
That's what I meant to say. So as they were talking, Carlos said, I'm going to text it to Dustin and y'all watch his expression, who it was. And Dustin went on, he said, hell no. And when he ended this long thing about how this person was just terrible for her, and he ended it with a hook and a crook. I said, ain't that a bitch? Ain't Martell?
Oh, Martell?
Yes. I'm like, ain't he supposed to be with coleslaw? Because look, let me tell you something. Carlos King said, I'm a gay man. But I tell you this right here. Angela, do it for me. Angel, do it for me. So I laughed so hard because Dustin called, he said that be sending Angel to the pits of hell if you were trying to hook her up.
Well, that's for sure.
But he wanted to get hooked up.
He say a hook and a crook. Wait, and as soon as you said something about and he's supposed to be with Ariana, I had to come right on over here to Ariana's page. She done took all her posts down.
I can't see.
Wait a minute, let me see how I can see if I'm. Nope, I don't think I'm gonna be able to because of the green screen. Well, she ain't got no posts on her Instagram, y'all. She took all her posts down. Let me come over here to Martell's page really quick. He been inactive on his social media. So I ain't really looking for nothing too new. I'm just gonna see, because he had her kind of sprinkled in there a little bit here and there. Let's see if we gonna be able to see. Say, I see Maverick. Hey, no, Ariana.
Mm.
Well, they on again, off again, honey. So Martell say he gonna slide in the DM, honey. I'm with Dustin, like run, Angel, run.
Girl, that was the
Like,
funniest
girl.
thing. Dustin had me dying laughing on that. And the first thing I'm like, because what dude me contacted Carlos about Angel?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's gotta be Martell. And then when he said something about the hook and the crook, I said, yes, that's Martell. Like,
Right.
so I want
Yeah,
to,
he done cleaned up his social media a lot because I'm all the way at 2020.
oh, really? So, with that being said, I'm going to share screens for a moment, and we're going to talk about Kenya before we go over to Married in Medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenya down bad, y'all. But also, I heard that the lawsuit with Britt Edie was dropped. I said maybe Kenya might get a job back for next year. Then
I mean, wouldn't what would that have to do with Kenya? And wasn't it Britt Edie that brought the lawsuit?
yeah, she brought it herself and she dropped it. Someone had the court documents. I saved it on something else. I have to look for it. But yeah, she dropped it. So I thought that was one of the reasons why Kenya couldn't come back because of that lawsuit that was ongoing. But here's Kenya news here. It says Real House of Atlanta alum Kenya Moore hair spa landlord. Wait a minute, hair spa owes landlord $87,000. And it says, according to court documents obtained by TMZ, a Georgia judge ordered the reality star company More Vision Media to pay $43,988 by late February and another $43,988.67 by late March. A total of that amount, $87,976. The judge also ordered Kenya's company to pay around $5,500 a month in rent unless she ends up vacating. A couple weeks after the judge made the decision, the landlord claims Kenya's company failed to pay the first installment by the court's deadline. They said the installment was supposed to be paid by the 19th. I've seen that on something else. And demanded possession of the property immediately. The court has not yet ruled on the request. So what do you think?
Poor Kenya is what I do think. I think Kenya is still dealing with the consequences of what she did.
Yeah.
Going back to that season, going back to her kind of mapping out the grand opening for that particular season, and then for it to be ruined the way that it was by her, at her own fault. So this is just another consequence. And I think Kenya just did what anybody would have done, which was just kept going the best she could. Now, I always assume that same like when uh the rent stories and things came out about Candy and Todd and their restaurant. I assume people who we kind of know to have some money, if a landlord is kind of saying, "Oh, they didn't pay their rent or something," I assume there's some other reason why. Not that they didn't have the money to, but that there's something that they holding out for, or for some reason they're withholding their money. And I understand like we're not privy to that. So I'm kind of wondering if that be the case. Now we've discussed, I think, multiple times, and even on other podcasts, I've seen them, just kind of talk about not knowing if the shop was open. Of course, every time Kenya came around, she says that it is. Um, who knows? So I don't know if she was just not getting the traffic, which I'm sure she probably wasn't getting as much traffic simply because she didn't get to use Housewives to promote it.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's just tough break for Miss Kenya Moore. Thank God her house is paid for.
Yeah. All I could think about is when she did that thing to Marlo and her wig line or whatever. It's a Kenya
Mm-hmm.
Moore hair care. And when she did that, and I'm kind of look, I mean, what Nene say you can't win when you play dirty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, they say karma's a bald headed bitch.
Well,
Yeah. So,
sounds like it. But yeah, poor Kenya, but she'll bounce back.
yeah, she
This
should.
too shall
Yes.
pass.
Yeah, should.
Mhm.
So, moving on. We're getting on to Married to Medicine. Now, what would you rate this episode here?
Shoot. I mean, it was just okay. No bombshells. I'm thinking about a six, six,
Okay.
7, 6, 7. Right? That's what they do.
My little 3-year-old at the daycare be talking about some 6, 7. I said, you know what you're talking about, boy.
Right.
6, 7.
Right.
But yeah, the episode, it was okay. I guess the next one's gonna be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So on this episode, okay, the things that stuck out to me really was definitely King and Quan. And heavily got activated on Toya. She said, you want me to act a fool on TV? I'm going to do it for you today, Toya. And Toya tried to be more demure. So with that being said, we started out this episode. We had Dr. Contessa and her son trying to learn how to drive. We had I forgot what the other mini scene was. I know it was Dr. Contessa. Lord, I don't know, but I know Angel had a movie.
Brandy was doing some injections.
Okay, Brandy doing injections.
Mm-hmm.
She fading to black for me. She fading to the back. Okay, she was doing some injections. And so also, so I don't remember what quite order. So was it Dr. Simone talking to Cecil about releasing the trip first, or was it Angel's movie first?
I believe it might have been Cecil and Simone talking first, and then Angel's movie premiere.
Okay, so Cecil and Dr. Simone, they were talking about the trip, and since they're not in a good place, that they would, let Toya and Eugene take care of it. I'm like, they're in a good place either. But I guess, they're part of that, what do you call it, Fabulous Five or whatever it is, Fab Five. So, they kind of talked about, letting them have it. So we got Toya and Eugene about to try to plan it.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you feel? Do you think that Simone should have relinquished it over to Toya?
I don't think Toya and Eugene have gotten to do one before, so I feel like it was okay. It's okay. I think it was fine. Yeah.
Okay. So
I think Married to Medicine as a collective, when it comes to the marriages, like that's why they're so different than the Housewives. I think just collectively they do a good job of balancing and checking each other, honestly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
as far as who hosted it, it kind of don't matter.
Yeah, until Eugene tried to write those fucking rules. So anyways, we got Angel's grand opening and movie premiere.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Contessa, she is there, honey. And she goes to sleep. Like she, I felt like she did. Like anytime I go to the movies and lights out, girl, I'm going to sleep.
I don't go to the movies that often, and for that reason, like at a certain point, I've realized like I couldn't be in there very long without going to sleep. And even if it was something I really wanted to watch, like you say, I think it was just the lights down and everything. Like even now, like the older I get, uh, it's like my body can tell time.
Yeah.
So, at a certain time, my body just acts a certain way. I'm like, oh, okay, like you need to go lay your tail down. But what was that? Yeah, I'm done.
Well, actually, if you watch what happens live, Candy said she was there too. She said actually, Angel did a good job. But I thought it was funny that Dr. Contessa was over there snoring. I said, and Dr. Simone was like, "Shoot, why is she so damn tired? I don't want to be on call."
Right.
I thought it was funny.
What I thought was funny is that when the lights come up, she the first one talking about you did good, you did good. Like, wait a minute, did you see anything? Like,
girl, she was.
And what do I tell y'all about Contessa? She is Miss Do Too Much. Like
you said, she was a tryhard.
A tryhard, right? I've told she didn't even have to say none of that, and here you go, like, you snoring on the air.
Great. Yes. I thought, okay, so Angel has a movie. Angel's doing everything. She's in school. She's doing movies. She's working as a nurse, and she's on a reality show. Go ahead, Angel.
Okay. Right.
So also we had found out that Angel used to do videos before. She was kind of like a video vixen. I said, okay. So that's probably how she met the basketball players, whatever, got in those circles or whatever. So we have Toya and Eugene discussing the trip. So she was asking him basically if he mind, but she was already planning anyways. She just had to get that out the way, but she was planning it. And then he wanted to make sure that he had a contract that, they can go put the people in timeout.
Basically.
I said, Eugene, we here for a show.
Right.
So after that, everybody kind of, started getting ready to get on the trip. We got Mimi and Steve. Steve has got all his Louis Vuitton out there. What do you think about all that, girl? His Louis Vuitton shoes and everything. He's Louis up.
I mean, I like Mimi and Steve. I don't have an opinion about it one way or the other.
I like Mimi. I don't think I really care for Brandy too much.
Yeah, I'm on the fence with Brandy.
Yeah. So then Brandy and her husband packing, and he can only come for one day, and was she coming for a day or two?
I guess 2 days. He coming for one, she coming for two. Yeah. I guess.
Because they don't have the family structure there to help them with their children.
Right.
So, to take off and leave. And plus her kids are going to go to school. And the first day of school is coming up. And she says she's not missing that from nobody. So then we have basically everybody getting there as I can remember. You let me know where I'm going wrong. We got everybody are on different flights. And I figured this is what happened. Remember when Trump first got in and Doge was happening? They was getting rid of a lot of people, but then we had the government shutdown, and they didn't have the air traffic controllers was working without pay, whatever, and everything got backed up. And I figured this had to be around that time.
Yeah, sound like it probably was. And good you mentioned it because I kept trying to think to the same thing, what was happening that everybody's flight got all crazy. So yeah, I think that's about it. That sounds right to me.
So it must have been somewhere near the shutdown. But I remember at first when Doge had went in, remember because the planes was crashing and all that stuff. So yeah. So look, I was scared to fly, honey. So everybody's flight is all jacked up. even to the point where Dr. Simone and her husband, he actually had to ride Frontier and she kept her seat with Delta?
That's what he said. Now, you asking me like I was there. That's what he said.
I thought I might have missed something.
That's
But
what
damn.
he said.
But
I'm
not riding on that.
Here's what I learned from that. Frontier is a Delta, line, because I didn't know that. Like, I mean, I know it's the lower, but
I was wondering if they went through a travel agent and that's why they switched it out like that. I didn't know.
No, usually, you know how a company has,
smaller subsidiary,
more, exactly. So that's because it's kind of like if you go on like the international, I was gonna say like Turkish or something, like that's owned by another company, and I don't know who, but the point I'm making is if something happened and they had to rebook you, that's how they end up going to these to being able to book you on the other plane, or I guess companies. I guess trying to think of what the word would be, a better word to explain.
I remember one time we rode Frontier to Colorado, and it was me and my kids. They were what were they, 9 and 15 or something like that. And all of a sudden, I said, I don't know. Everybody up there, we're in a big old Airbus, and all of a sudden we just dropped like 200 feet.
Oh, wow.
And they was like, they didn't say nothing. I'm like, did somebody go to sleep? Did they let off or whatever? What happened?
Right.
Girl, because I'm just screaming.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, because it felt like we were on I don't know if you're familiar with Cedar Point, and they had that ride called the Demon Drop. It just dropped you. I'm like, so I don't know, but that's my only experience with, I think, Frontier. I have rode Spirit. And I never had an issue with Spirit. I never, it'd be a lot of people, but I ain't never had an issue with
Frontier. As a matter of fact, Frontier was the airline we rode to go to Sean's wedding in November. So that was my first time. I felt like it was low budget. I don't want to ride any plane where you got to pay for your drinks.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
And you got to pay to check your bag, whether it's a carry-on or a check bag. Yeah, you got to pay for the carry-on too. It's ridiculous.
Oh, because when I rode, this would have been, if my son was 9, it might have been 2008. Or something, when because we had a family reunion out there in Colorado, and to fly all three of us, and I was looking because I drove to Indianapolis and then we flew out from there. But yeah, damn, I know a lot of them like Spirit, they nickel and dime your ass too. So it is what it is. But one time I caught one, it was just so cheap. I said, shit.
Right.
I can go now.
Right.
I think was we going to Houston or something? It was just so cheap. It just was. I just couldn't let it go. I said, and I'm gonna get there for real. I think I'm doing this.
Right.
But yeah, everyone, they came in at different times, and poor Curtis, he got stuck in Canada. He was on a business golfing trip. So, when they arrived, Toya, Jackie, Eugene, seems like the three. And Toya asked Jackie, where's Curtis?
Simone and Cecil was there too.
Oh, they were on the same bus with them too?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if they were on separate ones. But anyway, she asked, where is Curtis? Oh, that's right, because Cecil said something. And she's like, we got separated. Which I thought, okay, here go Dr. Jackie checking in, and here Toya trying to keep up the mess, So I thought that was a little funny. But
all I know is Curtis better make sure don't nobody have no damn cameras while he doing whatever the hell he doing, wherever he doing it at. That's all I'm saying.
Girl. Yes, he better do Dr. Jackie right, especially you're on TV and it's not like he can fit in. You
Right.
taller than the mother. People gonna
Right.
notice your big awkward tail.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not like he's gonna fit in with everybody else. You're gonna look at him because you're so dang tall.
Exactly.
So he's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. So then we have who next came in? I think Dr. Heavenly and Damon. And then we have Quad King and Angel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Brandy was there the first night too. So Eugene, he gets out his contract and tells them about the rules. And everybody just kind of laughed. Like, what do you think you're going to do? Because, and then Dr. Heavenly's like, Daddy, you want me to break the rules right now so we can go to timeout?
Right.
And she said, because we're going to be wild out here. We're going to be up until about 11:30. I said, let you know, they leave, they're busy at home.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of go to bed early. So once they get down there, we have King has set up a night on the town with them, and everybody was supposed to wear black, gold, and some other color, I think.
Yellow, I think, or green,
something like that.
I think green. I think that's the flag.
The flag color. Okay, so they went to like the pier, or is it called Pier 1? I was missing
Pier 1. I thought he said Pier 1. I don't know. I thought he said Pier 1.
So, honey, what I will say about them going out, if I had to hang with any couple, it's definitely going to be Cecil and Dr. Simone.
Yeah, I would agree. Mm-hmm.
They get in. They seem like they are a good time.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
They enjoy hanging out and everything. I said, I would love to hang with them. They like to party. And Brandy, she went out with them too. And Toya's so drunk, honey, she didn't remember her husband out there dancing with her. But don't it seem like Eugene was a stick in the mud?
Well, he might just feel like he got to keep, a watch on Toya, maybe.
Okay. Because when he was out there dancing, he didn't like he enjoyed himself.
Well, like I said, he might feel like he got to keep a watch on Toya. Making sure, so she enjoying herself, so he might feel like he can't too much,
Okay. So what do you think about the plan to go to Pier 1 and how they all got out and shook a tail feather?
I thought I like their trips. I was just really ready to get to whatever they had planned. I kind of did. I mean, it makes sense that King being from there would participate. But the way they brought it up made it seem like y'all just came up with your own thing and that you didn't you didn't reach out to say, hey, I can do X, Y, and Z or whatever, or nobody, reached out to you and asked you to do it. So that was the one thing I thought to myself, I wonder
they could have coordinated with Toya better.
Yeah, but I mean, and maybe they had, maybe we just didn't, get to see that part. But that was really all that I thought about it. I'm like, let's get on to it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like they had a good time, honey. And Brandy don't remember what she did. We got Angel wanted to go, but she had to study. She had homework to do. So she's going to be a nurse practitioner. So I'm like, go ahead.
Yeah.
She doing the thing. I like that.
Yeah.
And then also, I was going to say at the beginning, before we had got to that part, when King and Quad were in the room and they were talking, and look, I got trauma behind this, but when they were talking, he said, when she said she was going to go to the bathroom or whatever, and he said something about her having to poop. I'm like, why would you say that on TV?
Mm-hmm.
Me as a person who was teased by my cousin when I was little, girl, traumatized me for life. So, honey, every time I go out of town somewhere, especially if we stayed at somebody's house, girl, my stomach is killing me because I can't never go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, girl. So I'm like, oh, God, that would have just, I would have been like, how the fuck you going to say something like that on TV? Knowing everybody does do a number two. But when they were talking about it, I was just, why would he say that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe trying to be
I'm going back to, I already told y'all, I think they broke up when we saw that conversation. I don't really care what, like everything that we see them do on this trip, to me, all is pointing to they broke up. They broken up already.
Okay. You think that? I don't know if it was broke up. I wondered if the other scene was filmed before, like we're not in order a little bit. Because even when she was at the thing,
all I'm saying is, whenever that conversation happened, they broke up. Again.
Exactly. I feel that way because that's why when we were doing the live and I was kind of looking at the TV, but I could see her say, "That's my man." I'm thinking about what was the conversation we just watched where it looked like y'all was done. So, but yeah.
So I'm saying like to me, this is just like, yeah, he seems like he's like getting crass or something. You know what I mean? Like not handling her with the same, care. Which
that she gives
that
to
would
him.
say to me like he don't care no. You know what I mean? Like so. Yeah.
Like because it's his time to shine because he's in Jamaica. So yeah. Also, I thought that with King, because evidently they coordinated the medical mission with King and his cousin.
Yeah.
Doctor, I can't remember what her name was. And I was surprised to learn that they don't have, or some people are so poor that they don't have access to feminine hygiene. I thought,
oh, that happens here. Yeah, I mean, I'm a part of an organization that they do what they call period parties all the time, and they collect items for that. So the funny thing about things like that, though, so going back to Married to Medicine, what sets them apart, even though they are a part of the housewife universe. I like that every time they go on their trips, they do something in the community. And so back to what I'm saying is that, like Contessa was saying, there are small things that people don't pay attention to or that we don't think about, or take for granted. And yeah, women and feminine products is one of those things. Like you think about girls who are, in homes who, like they not with their parents, or maybe they are with their parents, but they're in, like bad situations where they don't have, what they need. And pads is one of those things, you know what I'm saying? Like, or, being able to have that. So yeah. So like, I'm glad that they were doing it there. But like to your point, yeah, I have an organization that does it right here in the city of Indianapolis for the ladies.
Oh, really?
For the little girls here. And I think it's an excellent idea also, to have that, because just when you think about the range of things, that's something that just kind of falls by the wayside. Like a lot of things that concern women.
True. So we finally get Quad there and King. We have Dr. Mimi and Steve. They finally made it there. They had to stay the night at in the airport and everything, but they made it. And I like how when they do their medical missions that they all stop the bullshit and they get it together. Because we could see Dr. Heavenly was really gonna act a fool on Toya ass and everything. But once they got out, they put on their professional
most
persona,
everybody
and they
did.
got it together. And I liked it how that they talk to the kids and letting them know that, hey, like, you are somebody, even though Dr. Heavenly said damn.
Well, that's why I said, well, most of them put on their professional caps because Dr. Heavenly clearly forgot who she was talking to.
Didn't it seem like Dr. Heavenly might have been
nice.
Did you think Dr. Heavenly might have been drinking already or something?
No, I think, well, I'm going to speak for myself. I think sometimes because you speak a certain way, you just speak a certain way.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about when she went over to Toya and tried to talk to her and everything. I was like, is Dr. Heavenly drunk? It just seemed a little different to me.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't think so. But yeah, no, I didn't think so.
Okay. I was like, but anyways, I liked it. I liked how Steve came and played ball with the kids. It was a very good thing. Now, on the way there, the reason why Quad was late, supposedly, because she's over there curling her hair and getting ready for it and everything. And like I said, it looks like it went off without a hitch. They did a very nice thing for those children. I thought,
I like that. I like to see everywhere they go that they try to do something in that area. I think that's pretty cool.
Do you think when did they have that storm in Jamaica last year?
Girl, I can't remember.
I can't either. I wonder if they could have been almost around that time or something. I know one of my but a girl who does my locks, because she's from Jamaica, and a lot of the family members that she knew, she was kind of wondering what was going on, but a lot of things had been wiped out in certain areas. But I can't remember. I guess it would have been hurricane season.
I feel like, honestly, actually, it wasn't that long ago. Because I feel like that was all happening maybe a little bit before I was getting ready to go to the Dominican Republic, because I'm thinking like, are we gonna be
okay? So, but yeah, I thought good job. So what else happened in that episode? And that's how they ended off, right?
Did they go back? I believe you might be right. Because like you say, Heavenly was trying to pull Toya over to the side, and sounds like, was she trying to give her an apology or something?
Yes.
It seemed like they were trying to like hash out the misunderstanding that took place on the bus.
And also, remember, I forgot to mention when Dr. Jackie spoke to Dr. Heavenly about the Met Gala, and evidently Toya ain't keeping up with what she's supposed to be doing. So, and that's why Dr. Heavenly mentioned it in their sprinter. And she basically said, y'all need to apologize for what y'all did. And
well, I said that on our last review, though. I don't know why people have the hardest time like understanding that part of an apology is to, if there's a way to, which that's what we talk about, some apologies you might not be able to come back from, but like to make the person whole, if there's something. So that's what I mean. Like, yeah, they should have come in if she was going to accept that responsibility to host this third Met Gala, then she should have been willing and ready to come in and give the ladies something that would make them look at her like they feel whole. You know what I mean? Because like they was out of money, you never came in, and now you're gonna turn around and ask them for some money. That don't feel good. That don't feel right.
What Dr. Eugene said, we never apologize for that.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Tapped him.
Yeah, he said you can wait on that one.
He rolling with his wife, honey.
Mhm.
Wrong and all. He rolling with it. So we'll see how the next episode turned out. Look like it's gonna be some sparks flying.
Well, yeah, let's see. I guess Angel, I guess she gonna have her friend come.
Yes.
Oh, that was funny when Cecil and Simone say, well, can we stop calling it the couples trip and just call it the inclusive trip? Like
Yeah.
everybody gets to come. I mean, at this point, he's about right, you know what I mean? But yeah. And it looks like Heavenly might call Quad out about giving King wife benefits without being the wife. So that would be an interesting conversation because I think that's a lot of us, what's been on our minds about her leaping into that fertility journey with
Yes.
him and not having any type of commitment or real real commitment with him. So we'll see what's ahead. What's ahead?
Also, remember on the bus too, or the Sprinter, Toya says they was going to send like Brandy and Angel over to watch some of the married people, and then the married people.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Dr. Heavenly said, "Hell no."
Yeah,
that's like asking, to get information from a bitch that's broke on how to get money. No, y'all can't tell me nothing. I was like, and then what Brandy said in the confessional, I was like, doesn't make sense. She said maybe you should listen to it.
Yeah, I didn't understand what she was saying.
It made no sense to me at all. So I don't know, but yeah, we'll see what happens next week. But toward the end, it was kind of, it was kind of getting good. But definitely, I guess we got to wait on to the end of Potomac next week and find out what the surprise is with Karen and the girl. They just could have wrapped it up in an hour and a half.
No, surprise. We got to find out what this is with Stacy.
Stacy, I think it's a big nothing burger.
I feel like it is too.
Got you hanging. We hanging on this cliff, and it ain't shit.
It don't be nothing. I agree.
It just, like I said, it just didn't hold my attention at all. So whoever enjoyed it, they enjoyed it, but I didn't care for it at all. So, with that being said, our next live will be Friday, right? Is it Friday?
It was supposed to be tomorrow, but we can do Friday.
We doing it tomorrow?
Thursday.
Okay. I don't know why I thought it was Friday. Oh yeah, because you said Belle Collective. Come on. Okay. All righty. So tomorrow,
we'll do Belle Collective 1 and 2.
So that got explosive.
Yeah, it did.
It did. I would say to me both episodes were pretty good.
They coming in hot.
Yeah, they clocking.
Yeah, the Bells coming in hot. They clocking in.
I thought, yeah. Letitia and Latrice. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where I kind of fall on that. Like, we see the girl back on there, Amanda. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, I didn't even notice her. Okay.
Yeah, she was there. She was actually at that the meetup they did where Selena talked about her party too. And then it was Latrice's meetup, and Selena had invited Amanda to the party also. So I don't know. I like to see how this all works out. Yes. And the whole celibacy thing with with Letitia and her husband. That's a girl gone. I don't know. She's just doing it for TV, you think?
No, I don't think so.
Well, if you want to be celibate, it's just time to pack up.
Well, that's probably more so where she at with it.
I mean, because definitely, because he ain't gonna stand around there twiddling. If he was already out the door while you was giving it to him, he definitely gonna be out the door.
True.
Yeah, so I like to see how that work out too.
Yes.
Girl, but with that being said, like I got my food sitting over there looking at me. And it's been a rough 24 hours for me.
Yes, yes, yes.
But I'm here. Thank you, God. And we'll be back tomorrow about the same time.
Yep.
And we'll discuss the bells.
The bells. Yes. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so that would be it. Do you anything else you got going on?
No, not for me, not yet.
Okay, then. I think maybe we should be doing some other things. Maybe have you watched the Tyra Banks thing, or is that anything that you're interested in? Yeah. Look, I haven't watched it, but I've been hearing a lot of times, so I might want to go over there and watch it and see what it's all about.
For that. I've been meaning to do one. Yeah.
So they judging her on the stuff we used to do way long ago on today's standards. So, and we talked about that the other day. Yeah. So, well, with that being said, watch out for a review from us for the and also, we wanted to also mention about the passing of Mary Cosby's son.
Yes,
and condolences to her and her family. Man,
and I think I did just see that it does look to be like an overdose. I think the headline was saying that they had tried to give him whatever the drug is. To try to reverse overdoses. Yeah.
So it sounds like he was doing that fentanyl or something.
Possibly.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I feel like when he was on TV, you could see that because he was very incoherent. Like he couldn't even, I don't know. It was just really weird.
Oh, poor thing. I mean,
yeah, but condolences to Mary Crosby and the family, Robert Crosby Sr., because I think the son is Robert Jr.
Is it Crosby or Cosby?
Crosby.
Oh, with an R. Okay. Also, if that's her only child, right?
Yeah.
Did he have?
And I know of, I believe.
Did he have children?
Oh no.
Oh, I hate that for her. I really do. I hate that. That's one. When people have that on the only one child, and then like that's the end of everything for you. Yeah. Oh my God, I hate that for her.
Yeah.
Well, God be with her, because that's got to be a hard one. Yes, your only child, and especially when you're a minister and your kid go that route. Because I remember I think it was Halloween night. Our reverend, his son was murdered at the club.
Oh no.
Girl, I mean, this is years ago, but I remember when I found out, because I remember, he was the cool one of the brothers, and he used to say, like, when the kids, like my daughter would ask him, like, when you gonna get saved? He's, I'm gonna get saved when I get 30. And he was 23 when he passed. Now I don't know what all could have, took place or whatever, but that was so hard. I'm like, God, all over some Facebook junk. It was, but it was just crazy how it happened. And but at the time, he didn't have any children, but some girl ended up being pregnant by him. She had twins.
Oh wow! Okay.
So our pastor was like, "Well, look, God bless me with 2 more," but it was just so sad. I mean, that's one of the saddest funerals I ever went to, because I'm like, I can see him now. You know how sometimes the PKs don't want to be, so saved, so they have to show that they different. Yeah, dog, real nice, attractive guy. And all over, no one, I don't think his murder has ever been solved. All those people seen it. but nobody
Yeah.
did nothing.
Wow.
Or, you know, people, they talks among themselves, but nobody went and said anything at the to the proper authorities. But yes, condolences to the Crosby family, and God, please be a comforter to her, because I know that's gonna be hard
for sure.
Such a young person at such a young age, and that to be her only child. Whew, Lord bless her. But that's all I got.
Well, me too. Let me get on up out of here so I can lay my tail down.
Yes, girl. I got look. My house is shipwrecked. I got dishes to do. I got all this other stuff to do, and I got to go up here and look at this little baby. Jesus.
Right.
But yes, so y'all see us again tomorrow on at somewhere around 9 something.
Right. Okay. Right.
And then we can get it together, and we'll be doing Belle Collective. And I like to thank you and appreciate you guys coming in and watching us.
Subscribe to the channels and for the video.
Yes, please like and share, and you know, get us built up in the algorithm, please. Yes, because liking is free.
That's right. Okay,
it's free 99. So yes, thank you and good night.
Good night.